Actually, you took only 12 minutes. So we have a little bonus for the next speaker if she wishes to use it. The next paper is by Dr. Kumari01, who is a specialist in community medicine. Among her qualifications, she counts MBBS, MSc, and a MD. She taught community medicine in the University of Ruhuna before she joined the World Bank, and that was in 2003, and that was well before university teachers in Sri Lanka began agitating for higher salaries, understandably. She probably does not need an increased pay anymore. Right, okay, Dr. Kumari. Her paper is called Health and Economic Development, Problems and Prospects.
Thank you very much, Professor Kalfonseca. Good morning. First of all, I'd just like to say that it has been a challenge for me to think of the two presentations. And the presentation before me was very similar in title to the one I have. So I think most probably, and we haven't talked, and most probably what you're going to get is a bit more detail on what Professor Attanayake has placed in front of you now. So I hope our two presentations will be complementary as much as that can be. So the objectives of the presentation this morning is, I want to highlight the link between economic development and health status. Now, Professor Attanayake has already highlighted the link between that, and I may go fast on that, but I'll spend a few minutes on highlighting this link. Then I will discuss the health sector problems which the health sector is trying to sort out very much within a Sri Lankan context. Finally, I will try to present some options that we would need to address in the sector. We all know we have a population of 20 million, and our per capita income, even though that's not the best indicator for development, is an indicator of development, one indicator of development, and we have progressed to approximately US dollars 2,000, which is not a bad amount compared to our countries in the region. Our poverty levels have gone down from 23% in 2002 to only 8.9% in 2010. And we have seen this growth development across all sectors. It's not just a rural sector or urban sector, but across the country. And as you know, our Millennium Development Goals are very much on track, especially in the social sectors. So post-war economy really has grown drastically from the 2009 figures of 3.5% to 8% in 2010. And if you follow the news, the government's plans are to continue or increase this growth rate so that our per capita income can double in few years' time. So the growth has been very across many sectors, which is a great thing for a country like ours, because it's not just that the agriculture sector grew, but it grew in all sectors, which has indicators that we would be able to sustain such a growth. Our debt ratio has also declined. I mean, I'm from World Bank, so lots of loans are given to the government, but we do have to pay back. So the debt ratio has also declined, and that will happen with economic development. So Professor Attanayake mentioned that there are health benefits, and I will just say that, yes, as he explained, poverty really will be affected in terms of positive benefit. And when poverty comes down, our living standards get better, and automatically our communicable diseases and malnutrition-related issues will improve. And we have seen that in Sri Lanka. Of course, with economic development, people also change, because the health-seeking behavior changes. They are no longer going to tolerate something that they would tolerate 10 years ago or 15 years ago. They will be less patient, they will want better quality of care, and they will have money, so they will find a better place and seek that care. Either it's private or public, but economic development will make people more powerful. And overall, when economic development happens, with health development, life expectancy improves, and people also reduce birth rates. So overall, population changes. So what are the negative things? I mean, we all want economic development, but so we need to be aware what are the negative things so that we could control for or reduce as much as we can of those negative effects. And some of that is due to urbanization. With economic development, there's a lot of urbanization. People from the rural area will come towards the city. And that means there are people living here for a month, 2 weeks, or travel. So there's a lot of other health implications because so many people come. In Sri Lanka, actually, Western province has 5 million people. We have 20 million people. So it's a big population density, very high population density in Colombo, Western province compared to some other districts. So these have negative health implications. Then there are the increased motorization. People who had a push bicycle will now buy a motor bicycle. And people will go into vehicles. So we have congestion, we have a lot more road safety issues, and then we also have environmental pollution and other effects of excessive urbanization and motorization. This also has effects on people's health through stress, because people have more opportunities for work. They will do 2 jobs or they will work for long hours, and this will have effects on their mental health, and there will be more stress at their jobs and at their home places. Then it also changes the lifestyle, because people, when they have development, people really can't be bothered cooking at home as much as they would have cooked, or the wives are now working and there is less time to spend in the kitchen. So our lifestyle changes. We will be eating out, and our lipid profiles, and we will walk less, and our exercise and alcohol smoking patterns, all these things actually have negative effects on all of us. I won't spend much time on this, but just to highlight that, I have compared Sri Lanka with a few countries, Australia being a high-income country, Thailand, Malaysia as upper middle-income countries, Vietnam and Sri Lanka are low middle-income, and Bangladesh and Cambodia are low-income countries. And if you look at our indicators, we are very proud of our indicators, because we have really achieved things not many countries have achieved with our income. If you look at our infant mortality or under 5 mortality, those successes are not comparable to most countries in the world. We are an outlier throughout. But can we be really happy with reducing infant mortality and under 5 mortality and some other issues? Because if you look into details of our adult mortality, and if you look at male mortality against female mortality in the productive age group, we have a very big difference. And this difference means we have a lot of premature deaths happening in men before they are 64. And that has effects on our life expectancy, which has improved. But this slide shows that even though we improved our life expectancy, females, actually we have just compared it to US figures, females continued to have their life expectancy getting better on this side of the presentation. But for males, since 1970s, there has been a decline in life expectancy gain. Now, this is a very concerning finding, because we have failed in some way in addressing this gap, even though we have improved life expectancy. And if you look at more detail,